First, we'll do the news. We'll do AI in the news this week, and then we'll get into the ridiculousness of AI images, and the wonderful possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to count it out for sure.
No, I mean, we can create really good stuff, and for what I have been trying to do, it's been failing.
Okay. Well, I mean, the part of it is just like understanding like where it comes from my lack of skill and the tools and possible
Limitation.
limitations at this point in time, right?
Yes.
Tomorrow could be a whole nother
Yeah,
situation.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's very true. Okay. I'm gonna do a little screen share. Okay. This is news for the week. Um, we have a session with Robert Cooper coming up on April 24th, and Rob is an SEO expert, and he's going to go into how to make sure that your site gets found on AI searches. And AI searches are more and more popular. Google often defaults to including AI search results at the top. And he will talk to us about what we need to do to our websites and how to currently SEO for AI. It's also called AIO, but it's, new acronym, and it's SEO for AI. There's a project that started out at MIT called Vanna, and it's a decentralized AI system where over 1 million users have already uploaded their data, and the users own the intellectual property that is their data and own that part of the LLM, so that it's supposed to give the data ownership back to the individuals. I think it's going to be interesting to see how that evolves. There's a link to the full story on MIT News. And there are some things like Reddit in 2024. They struck a $60 million deal with Google to let Google search the big database and use it for training AI. But, if you're posting things on Reddit, you don't own any part of that. You didn't get any portion of the $60 million. But Vanna is giving ownership back to the individuals whose information may be used for training. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. I've been sneezing today. And it's a 19-year-old that's heading up this project. It's pretty crazy. I love the things coming out of MIT right now. Microsoft is slowing its roll. There's a lot of speculation why, but they've been pulling back from their planned data centers expansion, and as they were going to, they were putting $80 billion into AI infrastructure in 2025. And instead, they are equipping existing facilities over building new ones. And there's some speculation about how much less expensive it would be, or the compute power on less expensive, like the NVIDIA supercomputers, you can buy them for home and they're $3,000. And so just in this amount of time since they made that plan, there's also been major improvements in hardware. And so they may be able to retrofit those old data centers and still have the compute power that they need because of the increase in compute power in the new NVIDIA chips. So we'll see how this plays out. And, if this is being conservative because of economic climate, or if this is, a new strategy. They've also closed some data centers, some experimental data centers as well. It's estimated that almost half of the jobs worldwide will see an impact on AI on those jobs. And it's saying this article that we summarized here is saying that it could disrupt 40% of current jobs. And of course, knowledge-based roles are in the top of that. And I would say it could be more than 40% of jobs. And not disrupt in a bad way, but AI touches so many aspects of every job and every worker. So even if somebody is not a knowledge-based worker, AI could help to aid them in getting their work done or getting information from things like the HR chatbot that's going to give them easier access to information about their benefits and how to schedule time off, things like that. I think that AI will touch almost every job and maybe disrupt in a way of, the way that you do work, your workflows, your SOPs are going to change in the majority of jobs. Well, for knowledge workers specifically. And this is an interesting one from UC Berkeley and UCSF. Um, and that's University California, Berkeley and University California, San Francisco. They are working on this, it's neuroprosthesis, which uses AI to go from brain to language. So it's translating brain signals into audible language. And the idea is that it will allow people who can't speak to be able to speak by using their brain waves. And so that it picks up on the intention of the person in their brain waves. And, we've seen this in different ways over time. There was a game show on TV where people had to use their brain to control a drone and different things like that. And they would think about where they wanted it to go, and they would have to use just simply thinking about it to make it go there. And now this is kind of next step where you think about it and you get audible speech. And it's saying that it has nearly zero lag time. And so it would go from brain to speech. And this would be, this is neuroprosthesis. So it's not like that a prosthetic arm would be a fake arm. And this is that processing that allows someone to speak who couldn't speak before. It's so cool. Like the things that AI can do. There's more in the article if you click the link too, if you want to read more about it. That's going to be a fun one to follow and see what happens. Uh, Last week we've talked about AIing your agency or your business and the process to do that, starting with workflow mapping. We've been talking about that a lot, and we have an AI agent. There's a link in the newsletter, which is also on the blog, that will help you map your workflows, and even take your current tech stack and current team and give you options of who would be using what tools, where in the process. And the custom agent that we built will help you visualize it and define what those workflows are and even SOPs. And you can even get a template to export your new workflows or SOPs to project management tools like Asana, ClickUp, or Notion. And the tool spotlights this week, we have the AI Smart Agent, and that's an agent trained by AI Smart Marketing to answer your marketing questions and help you produce marketing content. And it's all in a story branded framework. Gamma, which I used this week a few times, I love it. It will help you create presentations. Like I use it for presentations mostly. You can also create documents and websites using Gamma really quickly. You can do it from other documents or presentations and zhuzh them up, or you can do it just from prompts. OS is the CRM system that we use. It's based on Go High Level, and it's very AI. There's a lot of automation you can do, and connections are easy. And Talkadot. Talkadot is something that I use to get real-time feedback after I do a talk, and it helps collect testimonials. And then I get to see a scoreboard of how I have done on my speaking engagements, and I can share that scoreboard with prospects